I think we have to start in the city of angels, the defending champion Los Angeles Lakers. Those of you may have not seen it because it was it was a Sunday night game. I know, again, people had plans yesterday, right? Hopefully you weren't watching it, you feel me? But AD, Anthony Davis, had missed the last two games with a sore Achilles. Last night he suited up against the Denver Nuggets, and as he's driving to the hoop, he limps off and he grabs the Achilles. You go, oh man, okay, well, Anthony Davis is a guy that's, he's constantly chipped up. He's constantly grabbing at something. He takes a lot of falls. I've spoken about it in the past before. My problem with Anthony Davis is he hits the floor too often. He does, and I get that he's so athletic and he challenges so many shots that some of it is inevitable, but there are other times where he just seems to get tangled up under people's feet, and he doesn't have great spatial awareness for as athletic as he is. You look at LeBron, one of the things we talk about LeBron being an Iron Man, one thing with LeBron is you notice he doesn't hit the floor unless he chooses to. I know that flop video was going around this week, right? That he chose to do that, but LeBron, he doesn't go to the floor much, right? Unless he wants to. AD goes to the floor probably like 5 times a game, but I digress because that really has nothing to do with the Achilles. That's more of the back and shoulder issues, I think. So he comes up grabbing the Achilles, and you go, okay, fine. Well, he didn't even hit the floor, but here was the scary part about it, because when you're not sure how bad a guy's hurt, or when you're trying to, as fans, we're all trying to diagnose live as living room doctors. Oh no, what's happening, right? One tall tale sign is the player's face, right? And as Anthony Davis went to the free throw line, he was borderline in tears. You could see the fear on his face and in his eyes. And so it's a scary situation that could change the balance of the Western Conference. And I think most of us probably immediately started to think about the Kevin Durant situation. KD, sore Achilles, pulled Achilles in the Houston series. I don't have to go through the details. You all remember. He gave it a go in, what was it, Game 5 in Toronto? I don't remember the specific game. And we know what's happened from there, right? Now, reportedly for the Lakers, what this is tendinopathy. Anthony Davis has tendinopathy of the Achilles. That may sound familiar because that's the same thing that Kawhi has in his quad. And the difference between tendinopathy and tendinitis is it's degenerative. It's just an ongoing thing. It's basically a more severe version of tendinitis where you can't really heal it, and it slowly degenerates the tissue, which just sounds terrible, right? And I think that is probably a big reason in why Anthony Davis, if he was aware of this, why he took that 5-year deal. I remember people were kind of surprised he didn't take a 1-1 or a 2-1, right? And kind of be a little more conservative with his commitment to the Lakers. First off, prayers out to AD that he has avoided what everybody's fearing, right? Hopefully it's just a tendinopathy and it's sore right now. We're all awaiting MRI results on it. And the question is, do you shut him down? Do you shut Anthony Davis down? And I think in a vacuum, the easy answer is, of course you do. You've got a 7-foot star in his prime. Why would you risk it? You don't want to risk that, right? But then when you throw LeBron into the equation, does that change your answer when you consider LeBron's window is closing? I know we've said it for the last 5 years, but Father Time, I will repeat it, is undefeated. And at 36, headed into 37 years old, right? Like he's only got a season or two more of this version of LeBron at least, right? And so does that put pressure on the Lakers? And more importantly, Anthony Davis, does he feel like he wants to go out there and push it to take advantage of this team that they have now? You look at the team, Gasol, right? They're made to win right now, to go back to back. It's not an easy answer, but in my eyes, I think you've got to hold him back, right? I think you've got to hold him back and sit him as long as it takes. Does that mean he sits out the rest of the year? I don't know if they know that. I don't, it's a guessing game, obviously. So then that leads me to the question of, what does this Lakers team look like without Anthony Davis? To me, it looks like a first-round exit. I hate to say it, Laker Nation. I know I'll get pushed back on that. And look, there are a lot of OG Laker fans that really know the game, right? But when you have a fan base that big, you've also got a lot of people that are just don't know what they're talking about at all. And that you can go to every fan base, but the bigger the fan base, the more portion you're going to have of that, right? And so I know some of you are going to go, you out your mind, we still winning the chip, or we'll go get Bradley Beal for Kyle Kuzma. Nah, it don't work like that, bro, right? And so what I see is a team that would be in danger of getting knocked out in the first round. They sit second right now. Let's assume Davis, let's just say they shut him down. They're like, no, we're not risking it. We want his long-term health. Let's say they slide to, say, fourth or fifth. That means you would be in a first-round matchup with presumably maybe a Suns or a Denver team who's climbing the standings. And again, that probably be a first-round exit with no Anthony Davis. Now, would they make a trade? I don't know how that would work, but I had to lead the show with this because I think that this can drastically change the landscape of the NBA this season, in particular the Western Conference. You can't force him back. You can't force him back. And again, some of it is I don't think they know, right? They probably thought he was good to go last night.